Oh, wait, Hello, down here. Welcome back to Iwaihime. Let us just continue with this. Maybe the last part? I don't know. We'll find out if it's the last part. For this story.
最後は黒髪さんですね。
So yeah, we're going to Kurokami now.
一番ひどいの。彼女にもあなたの力が通じるなら、これはすごいことだわ。そういえば、鈴原くんって珍しい名字よね。
そうですね。あまり他では聞いたことがないです。
鈴を払うと書いて鈴原。
So his name literally means to drive the suit away.
花宮さんとは確か遠い親戚の関係って言ってたわよね。ひょっとして鈴田かその周辺にご先祖様が住んでいたということは？
どうでしょう。親に聞いてみないとわからないです。
この町の名の鈴田、大昔は鈴の田んぼと書いて鈴田と読んだらしいの。
suit.
あなたの名字が鈴を払うと書いて鈴原。
何の話かわかりません。
私もよ。あなたは一体何者なのかしらね。先生、興味が湧いてきたわ。
I came to this town to attend high school. I'd always been told that once I graduated middle school, I'd begin living on my own away from my parents. I heard that was part of the training. I ended up in Tsusada so the Haramias could take care of me. But now I felt like I'd been guided here by some hand of fate. As Miss Hinagata said, Tsusada's name was originally written as Field of Suit, while my surname meant drive the suit away. This only seemed fitting of these. At first, I thought Miss Hinagata had invited me to the LCC on a whim, but now I knew she'd done so intentionally. Furthermore, she learned that the LCSC was comprised entirely of kids who were plagued by nightmares all the time, and the divine tribute style held the power to ease their nightmares. Was it all coincidence, fate, or had I been brought here under someone's design? I had no idea, but there was something only I could do, so I had to do it. The only one left was Toei Kurokami. She must have been suffering from nightmares since that day too.
こんにちは。鈴田高校の雛形と申します。トエさんに面会したいのですが。
We asked around at the shrine's office and learned that Kurokami had been seen by the Dog Memorial Hall. Miss Hinagata mentioned that she had it the worst of them all, but physically she at least appeared to be doing better than the others.
人形供養団。
Is it because of the dolls? Because if I remember correctly, from the last one, the doll was kind of helping Riria whenever she held it. So maybe the doll was like a temporary thing as well. That's why she looks looks better than the others, but is probably suffering the most. I don't know.
黒髪さんはいつも日本人形を抱いていますよね。
そうね。手放すことができないのよ。
どういうことですか？
いたわ。トエちゃん。
She was sitting in the doll memorial hall amidst the rows of thousands of dolls. The way she sat in the middle of them made her look like their master. Her eyes were shut, perhaps she was sleeping. At the very least, it didn't look like she was being haunted by nightmares. She gave Miss Hinagata a blank stare as if wondering why she'd come to visit twice in the same day. But her features hardened when she noticed me.
聞いて。彼にはすごい力があることが分かったの。
それ以上近づくな。鈴原の汚れが苦しい。
With the other girls, my touch or even mere presence had eased their nightmares. However, with her, the closer I got, the greater her pain grew. Did she hate me, or was I really as corrupt as she thought? But she'd been chatting with the rest of us the night of the sleepover, hadn't she? She was even closer to me then, and responded to me like anyone else would. Yet at this moment, it was as though the very sight of me brought her pain.
鈴原くんは汚れてなんかないわよ。むしろ清らかなくらい。彼は親善武術の稽古をしてるんですって。それがきっと彼に悪いものを払う力を与えてるのよ。
親善。
So if he has the power to drive away evil, and she doesn't want him near her, see what I'm getting? See what I'm getting here?
論より証拠よ。きっと効果があるわ。今よりずっと楽になるはず。だから騙されたと思って彼の手に触れてみて。
できない。
黒髪さん、僕にはその辛さを和らげる力があるかもしれないんだ。
夜な、され、お前の姿が見えなくなるところへ、され。
辛いのはわかるけど落ち着いて。彼には本当に不思議な力が。
何度も言わせるな。鈴原の汚れが、鈴が強すぎる。早く消えろ。
Kurokami covered her face with her hands as though she were about to call it out. Just then, her long black hair danced in a whirlwind. It looked as though the wind had come from her.
黒髪さん。
We're gonna get a thumbnail-worthy picture?
お前が欲しい。
Oh, wait, oh. I'm remembering the first chapter story.
抱いて、鈴原。私を抱いて。
All of a sudden, there was a loud snap. For a moment, I wondered if branch-like horns were sprouting from her head. But I was wrong. Little pieces were flying off the countless dolls surrounding her. I don't need to voice that. She's doing it for me. They were the dolls' heads. The heads of the dolls encircling Kurokami. Burst off one by one. One of them landed right at my feet.
しっかり。
鈴原、注ぎ込んで。
何を。
鈴原の真っ黒な鈴。私の中に全部注ぎ込んで。
I had no clue what she was talking about. Her face was eerily seductive, as bewitching as a spider approaching its prey. It didn't seem to me she was saying those things of her own volition. I could only imagine something evil was possessing her and making her say them. And perhaps I could save her.
落ち着いて黒髪さん。僕には助けられるかもしれない。
I ran into the hall without removing my shoes when all of a sudden there was a loud bang. The heads of the dolls that approached burst off all at once. I had no idea what was happening, but my heart was struck with an impression. Hello. The countless dolls were glaring at me with but a single emotion: rejection. I stopped in place, like I'd stepped into quicksand of their making. Deep down, I could feel it in my bones. If I went any closer, I'd break not just the dolls, but her too.
黒髪さん、君を救いたい。僕はどうすればいいんだ。
She can tell you to go away. Too late.
お前は遅い。
何が遅いんだい。
千年遅い。
1,000 years? You said it before in the first story. Same thing, 1,000 years too late or something like that. All of a sudden, she looked up at the ceiling and collapsed into the swarm of dolls. I couldn't move. My new presence had made her collapse, so I feared if I got any closer or touched her, I might break her for real. We called the people from the shrine's office for help. Her father came running over and brought her to the house. All I could do was stand dumbfounded by the edge of the trees. It seemed like I had talked with Kurokami's father. But he reprimanded her in a stern voice and demanded that she never pull something like that again. I couldn't blame him. Up until now, Kurokami didn't look as though she'd had it as bad as the rest of the girls. Yet she fainted when I tried approaching her against her wishes.
僕のせいです。
自分を責めないで。私のせいよ。あなたの力ならどうにかなるかもしれないと勝手に思い込んで彼女を苦しませてしまった。
彼女に駆け寄ろうとしたからです。僕のせいです。
あの時あなたが駆け寄って彼女に触れてくれたらきっと救われるんじゃないかって期待したわ。
And yet, it's literally the opposite.
でも結果
Why did it work for the other
私が
girls?
想像してい
Not
たよ
her.
うなものではなかった。私の浅はかさがトエちゃんもあなたも傷つけてしまった。今日のことは忘れてね。本当にごめんなさい。
When I saved Kiko and the others, I was convinced I had the power to drive away evil. I believed that my years of training in the divine tribute style had granted me that amazing power. So I was sure I could save her with that power as well. But it was just as Kurokami had said. I was corrupt.
僕はやっぱり汚れているんでしょうか。
もう気にしちゃダメよ。
でもヒコちゃんたちを救うことはできたんです。なのにどうして黒髪さんだけ救うことができないんだ。
トエちゃんは本家だからね。他の子たちとはススの濃さも事情も違うんでしょうね。
Okay.
すす。彼女も言ってました。僕の真っ黒なすすって何ですか。すすって言葉通りの意味ではないですよね。すすだはかつてすすの田んぼと書いた。何なんですかすすって。今日一日協力したんです。
So I might have to do more
教
with
えて
the
くれても
entire
いいですよ
town.
ね。
長い話になるわ。気を改めましょう。
So she dead. Oh yeah, she knows something.
電話するわ。
I'm just gonna drop me off in my apartment complex. She promised to tell me everything. In hindsight, nothing leading up to the safe felt like chance. Even if they were coincidences to me, I believe that this was all the work of fate. How could I save that? Was I being too arrogant? Was I truly a corrupt being whose presence brought misfortune to them all?
この男と共になってはならない。すす原に近づきすぎれば 幸が訪れる。
Kurokami's words played back in my mind. Was I guided here to save them from something evil? Or was it a cursed being making sport of them? I didn't know. I couldn't tell just what I was anymore. Kiku appeared to be doing better. At the moment, it was more like she was suffering from a bad cold. She'd recovered enough to force a smile.
遅かったね。
雛形先生と一緒に他の子たちのところへお見舞いに。
ちょっと嫉妬しちゃうかな。私だけへのお見舞いだったらよかったのに。
でもみんな少しは辛いのが和らいだように見えたよ。
スズムには悪いのを追い払っちゃう素敵な力があるからね。
Yet I failed to save Kurokami with that power. If Kiko was any indicator, Nova and Riri would also be back to normal within a few days. So, no, perhaps they'd be well enough to go back to school by tomorrow. At least I'd managed to save 3. That was right. That was a silver lining. I didn't want to believe I was corrupted. My mere presence brought everyone misfortune. I didn't want to believe that. That was such a short section, holy crap. But there's definitely a lot of information that can be gathered with it. So it seems, I don't know, could he be, like, I have a lot of thoughts about this. Either Kurokami's the evil one, and she's you know, afraid of him from purifying her evilness. You know what I'm trying to say. Or Suzuhara is corrupt, and the thing that's making those other girls feel better is the suit, like a drug kind of thing, like an addiction, a drug. So it's hence the whole temporary relief. And Kurokami is the good one. Then, if that's the case, then Kurokami is technically the good one that knows of Suzuhara. There's a lot to think about with this, but for sure, next time I feel like the next one is definitely going to be probably the finale for this, not for this 4th story. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you're new. Check out some of the other videos, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.